You are watching a presentation of Soccer Night in Detroit.
Welcome. It's me, Hannah Crum, with two legends.
Okay, me, Steve.
And Mad Cat.
And that cat.
This guy right here. Every time you score, he has to play this song for you every time, every single time.
He appears. I believe in there.
Let's go. Right. Maybe I should change the thing. We just got done recording Soccer Night in Detroit. And I still have the Dick Pepperfield tag on here. Like I said, we're recording back to back here. We just got done recording Soccer Night in Detroit, and now we're doing the Musings here. So, to be fair, I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay.
Anyway, but like I said, lots of stuff to talk about this week. We figured we were saying, we're not going to do Musings again this week. We're not going to do the stuff never stops, even during an international break.
The news never stopped. Unbelievable. Since there was no international soccer and there was plenty of World Cup qualifying, we'll get to that in just a minute. But yeah.
Yeah, a lot of big news as far as that goes.
I know, and a lot of news, and one involving a lot of legends who forming a super team. We'll get to that. But Sunday, no football for the moment. Not soccer, but regular football until next September. Mind my own business, a little dead, getting my drinks in already. I watched YouTube for all the strips I subscribe, and then I go to Around the 90. That's the popular stuff.
Shout out Carter Krishnaier.
Yes, Carl Krishnaier has been doing great work, and he dropped a video on Sunday. And I will say this right now, have huge implications in the USL. An executive from the USLHQ in the midst of labor strife and expansion and planning for USL Premier suddenly dropped off.
Yeah. Justin Papadakis has departed the organization after more than a decade in senior leadership roles, making a significant change within the league's operator exclusive ranks following an influx of new capital. The USL confirmed Papadakis' departure to the Sports Business Journal, stating he left the organization last week but declined further comments. Multiple sources said that Papadakis intends to pursue opportunities outside the league and directly aligned with his focus on real estate. So, basically, the real estate arm is leaving the nest.
Yeah.
So right now, there's a lot of questions to be had here. We're going into a time where, now we got USL Premier that's supposed to be coming up in 2028. We got the anticipation of Pro Rel, which is between the three divisions, Premier, Championship, and League One. And now the chief let's just say the chief arm of real estate. You might as well say that, because ever since the Papadakis family has been involved with USL Championship, their intentions have been dotting the map with American soccer.
Which is true, yeah. Some of it has been a success with Detroit City and other teams in the league. And some of it has been stalled like a hydroplane on the Detroit River.
Good, yeah. I could tell you a numerous amount of examples. Milwaukee being one of them. New Orleans being another one. They wanted to try. I think they wanted to try something in Atlanta or Roswell or whatever. Roswell down in Georgia. I think that was another thing. The Cleveland thing. MLS getting the upper hand on that one, announcing a Next Pro franchise there.
Yeah, that sold out more faster than a tanker boat on Lake Erie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and of course, we've heard about the stadium issues in Buffalo as well.
You're right. And don't forget Santa Barbara Sky, which was supposed to debut this year, delayed to 2027. Now I'm hearing it's 2028.
So yeah, I mean, the problem is, right now with, like I said, dotting the map and all that. Dotting the map is a good thing. However, you got to have, plans coming to fruition. We've been speaking about ducks in a row.
Yes.
With these clubs, like Cleveland, like a New Orleans, like a Santa Barbara, like a Milwaukee, like a Buffalo, they don't have their ducks in a row right now. USL can feed you the carrot,
Mm-hmm.
and the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. They can lead the horse to water. It's up to these
Mm-hmm.
clubs to make them drink.
I know.
And
And don't forget. Yeah, do you think this whole thing will also tie to the whole labor strike with the CBA?
right now, that's a different issue all in general. This is a different
Oh, that's
issue
a
all in
different issue.
general. When you think about this, in my honest opinion, this is a different thing. But you're going to have like I said, with his exit coming, with Bell Tower coming in and Weatherford Capital coming in, the new, shall we say, investment partners with the league.
Yeah,
So
and don't forget what I read from the guy from around 90 that the two investment group have also took up seats on the USL Board of Governors.
yes, Q-Son Lee joined the USL board as well as uh, alongside Chair Robert Hoskins.
Mm-hmm.
So they like I said, they're getting seats on the board of directors there. So right now it's about it's unclear whether the USL plans to fill either of Papadakis' roles or how well it will approach the real estate driven expansion strategy going forward. Because right now, you're looking at, I mean, like I said, the potential sites that have been announced in the past. So,
And some of them have sold out. Cleveland, because the MLS Next Pro beat them to it. Milwaukee, that's been stalled for almost 2 years, and some say the whole thing is dead. And I don't know about all the others,
and we don't
including
know about Cleveland as of yet because obviously the Cleveland State thing is not coming to fruition. We know about the struggles in Buffalo right now.
yeah, because they had to change location because the first location was near a chemical plant site, and that was a no-go as well.
Exactly. So who knows what's going on? What that one is going on? You mentioned Santa Barbara, of course. You don't know when they're going to be. The franchise rights have already, or the territorial rights have already been given to them thanks to Memphis
Memphis
901.
901. Yeah, yeah, they sucked us all out of 901, but nothing is being done. And remember, they were supposed to come in as a USL League One team before they said.
Yeah, and then they decided to go big. So I mean,
So
it remains to be seen what's going to happen in the next couple months. How this is going to affect the labor negotiations as well.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
we shall see what happens here. I mean, this is a big chip to fall.
yeah, you're right. Here's the bigger question: now that Papadakis is gone,
Alex is still on the board.
yeah, he's still on the board as the co-owner, but and chairman of the board of the board of governors. But do you think with Justin's departure from the USL board of governors, do you think they're going to say, whoa, 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 way many too many dots with nothing being done? Do you think we should clamp it down before we let anybody with some solid as a rock concrete pan for dotting?
That really all depends on the two partners, Bell Tower and Weatherford,
I know.
and both of those. What are they?
Investment banks or what they call them, equity partners.
Private equity.
Yeah, you're right, because when you hear that name, you think about private taking over other companies. I could go down the long list: Sears, Borders, Joann Fabrics, Toys R Us,
Buddies.
yeah.
They just got sold last week to a local firm.
Oh yeah,
And they were
funny
private
people.
equity for the
Right,
last few
yeah.
years.
And you always worry about private capital. Are they here to save the business or just keep them
Restructure.
afloat, restructure, and then nothing? The investors get left holding behind. They get absolutely zero. So what does this mean for USL, a soccer league? So we're talking about a soccer league, not a business or anything like a soccer league.
And this is one with the business model where the clubs are run more independently and they do have to answer to the league. However, nothing gets trickled down from HQ.
Oh, brother.
In which, we've seen many a franchise go belly up because of it, or a club go belly up.
San Diego, Memphis, Rio Grande Valley, one other team I'm thinking of. It's just like, oh, brother. It's like a team a year. South Georgia Tomato more recently. So,
Which they said they were going on hiatus. Texoma, they're rebranding.
tell me rebanding to League Two
North
because they,
Carolina FC,
yeah,
allegedly,
yeah, you're right.
how going
Well,
on hiatus, hoping for Division One.
or USL Premier League,
That's
which
what I
brings
meant, Division
this
One.
question: how serious are they for USL?
All depends on the ownership with that group.
Mean the USL or the
No,
individual?
I'm talking with the North Carolina
I'm
North
talking
Carolina group.
about the seriousness of the League One from either the USL standpoint.
Premier, you mean?
Yeah.
I think they're still going to go forward with it. They've got
Okay.
people in place they'll see it to fruition. Obviously,
Mhm.
they grabbed an executive from the Premier League to help them out as far as that goes. So that's still going into fruition. Now, as far as how many teams, that remains to be seen as of yet.
I know, and it continues.
Yep, and it does, and it continues on.
I know. Well, I didn't have my notes with me talking about last weekend in the USL, other than our triumphant 1-0 victory over Charleston Battery. But speaking of which, a little DCFC news because last Friday there was a video. It was just our dear friend Stephen Carroll contacting Matt Lewis over in California.
Or actually, Matt Sheldon. Matt Sheldon.
Matt Shelton,
I'm
sorry.
sure he's going to be contacting Matt Lewis in the time being. But let's build up the story first.
Okay.
So, a little video came out on Friday. We kind of, we were trying to tease it a little bit, and but we'd wait till Monday.
I was going to mention it. I realized what it was. I was going to mention it, but you hold me off on it. You hold me
I was
off.
respecting the wishes of the captain. And sure enough, they came out with a video Monday announcing their intentions to have a mixed Legends team going down to the soccer tournament down in Cary, North Carolina. Speaking of North Carolina, taking place on May 27th through June 1st.
Yeah, for those of you who have not seen the soccer tournament, this is the soccer version of a tournament they did called the basketball tournament. You know, 5 guy teams play 4 quarters, and they have a quirky. This is similar, although the rules are a little bit different. They play on smaller fields, smaller goaltending, and there's no side tackling. Offside is not allowed. You instead of a throw in, there's a direct free kick. It is kind of fun, and there's a little quirk in the rules. There's a target score. Let me explain. Let's say Detroit City faced off Rectum, which is one of the team. Let's say Detroit City is leading 4-2. The target score is 5. They have to get one more goal, and the team behind them have to get 3 goals for the target score. So it's a fun tournament. This year will be the first team of mixed teams. They have a men's division, a women's division, and mixed team. And oh man, I can't wait to see our city legends hit the field. Literally.
Neither could I. Neither could I. I mean, obviously, Matt Sheldon and Stephen Carroll are number one and number two as far as that goes. You could see many a city legend that could be participating in this tournament.
By the way, do you notice in the end of the video when they said, "I know a guy," and they were thinking. So if you freeze it, even Stephen Carroll put the word NAT.
Uh-huh.
That certain Nate Steinwatcher could be available.
Could
Hello,
be.
ring.
Could be, He's getting
He
off
was our
he's getting off tax season.
yes, he's
He's getting off tax season, so
you're right, and it's not contact. So, like I said, no time testing. So it's going to be easy on the body considering Stephen Carroll just retired after you couldn't go very further in the professional level. So Matt Shelton. Do you think of any names we could think of from the men's and the women?
speaking of Matts, how about a Matt Lewis?
Oh yes,
Matty
Matty guy.
Lewis, his Stevens back line mate from back in the first couple seasons with
Yes.
Detroit City
How
and
about
professional.
how about Tyke Sadie? He was the longest from
Could
starting.
be, yeah, could be possible. And you got to
How
look to
about
the women's side too, since it's a mixed
it's
group
a
here.
mix, right? I would think about my favorite player early on from the women's team, Sydney Bloomquist.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a job right now, coaching soccer down in Florida right now. But I think they could
But they're
probably.
off season. They're off season. I don't know if she has the playing mentality now that she's
She
a
could
coach.
probably play. Yeah, she could probably contribute for a week's worth of soccer,
It's
and
a weekend worth of soccer, Sid.
yeah.
Hey, if PFC makes a call with me, I'll contact you. Maybe. Who knows?
But I mean, some women's. I mean, Alyssa. I would say Alyssa Barron would be a good choice. However, I think she'll be a little busy. They have
You're right.
games on both
And by the
weekends.
way, yeah, because
Plus the
I
women's.
none of
Plus
the
the
men,
women's team is a.
yeah, none of the men and none of the women on our current first team are not eligible. It's retired legends, an all-star legend team,
Mhm.
and they're going to have to face on the best of the best.
Megan Miles. Megan Miles could be a possibility. Trying to think of other great names from the women's squad as well. I'll have to go, you have to go back as far as that goes. Possibly a Gabby Shriver might be interested.
Maybe I'll say it. Maybe.
Yeah,
And remember, she just
I mean, you got to remember too. She's got newborn now, so
yeah.
I mean, just for a week or whatever it is,
It's a
she still
wait.
thinks about the club.
It's a wait. So hey, so we'll see what
I
happens.
mean, lots of names could be thrown out there as well. As far
And
as the
by the
women
way,
goes.
it's going to be televised on the ESPN family of networks over the air, ESPN Plus. Should be fun.
It should be fun. You'll get to see it on the ESPN Unlimited package. That's for sure. So looking forward to it. It should be a fun time and $1 million prize for the winner as well.
And remember, Matt said he could use $10.
Hell, we can all use that money right now. Shoot.
Gas is $4 a gallon. You tell me, but I use my soul power walking.
Yes, indeed. So, but lots of stuff to talk about as far as like I said, the infamous World Cup from Hell, as qualifications continue as far as that goes. And yesterday, we found out who the opponents are going to be going into these different groups. The U.S. group will have Turkey in their group with their victory yesterday.
First World Cup since 2002, when they were known as Turkey. I don't know why the change of wording.
Yeah, it's like Crimea.
Oh,
From Wales. It's it's like I said, it's a country thing. So needless to say that.
Yes. We welcome Turkey to the World Cup of Hell. Guess who's also coming to hell? Bosnia. Oh, I better hold on. This country
I was
has.
going to say, save that energy. We'll be talking about them in a minute here. So like yeah, we'll save that energy as far as that goes. Also, coming into the Group A, Czechia won their playoff game yesterday.
Market penalty
As I
kicks.
mentioned,
Yeah.
as we mentioned,
Czechia first time since 2006 to being in the World Cup.
The Democratic Republic of Congo moving on
They
into the competition.
upset Jamaica 1-0. And by the way, are you ready for this wild stat? This is their first World Cup since 1974.
Holy crap.
52 years.
That's a long time.
I was just only the baby. I didn't remember soccer before then.
So, the Swedes come into the competition with their victory yesterday.
Beat Poland 3-2. So Poland, who you usually see, not going to the World Cup. Sorry to all my Polish hamtramck friends.
And sad to see that Robert Lewandowski will not be participating in this World Cup. It would be great to see.
I know.
Say, big celebrations in Dearborn last night.
Yes, Iraq. The Iraqi national team beat Bolivia 2-1 to go to their first World Cup in almost 40 years since Mexico 1986.
Yep, that's huge for Iraq. So both Iraq and Iran, if you're fans of nobody's a fan of war right now. But with all this tensions going on in the Middle East right now, you got Egypt, you got Iran, you got Iraq. They're all involved in this tournament.
And by the way, Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, who rejected Iran call to have their World Cup game played in Mexico instead of the United States because of the whole thing. Gianni Infantino is saying Iran will play. They have threatened they would boycott the World Cup. How confident you are they're going to play the World Cup?
Well, at this point, everything's set. So
yeah, you're right.
I don't anticipate any boycotting or anything of this nature. I mean, especially now that we're literally almost 2 months from the start of the competition. The big one yesterday.
Yeah.
Group B. Bosnia upsets Italy on penalty kicks. Italy went down to 10 men thanks to a denial of a goal scoring opportunity. Bosnia ties it up. They go into extra time, and then they go into penalty kicks. 3 misses by Italy.
Oh, man.
3 misses by Italy. Was that equal? 3rd time in a row they have failed to qualify for the World Cup.
And they won the World Cup before.
At least 4 times.
Yeah, at least 4 times after their last championship. They didn't get out of the group stage, and now I don't want to say rock bottom. 3 times in a row.
Times are tough in Italy right now as far as soccer goes.
I know, and guess who scored the winning goal in PK? A U.S. kid.
A U.S. kid that is a dual citizen of Bosnia.
Yeah, from Appleton, Wisconsin.
Yep, and they end up making the group stage, and they'll be joining Canada, Qatar, and Switzerland in that stage. Makes things a little bit easier for Team Canada right now at this point.
Yeah.
So who would you say would have the easiest group right now?
I don't have
Group B or Group B?
You mean Group B? Who's in Group B?
Group B, I just mentioned it. Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland.
Who would have the easiest?
Which host country has a better chance of moving on to the round of 32?
I would say Mexico and the United
No, I'm
States.
talking about between Group B and Group D.
Canada, yes. Who is the Group D? Canada, Bosnia Herzegovina.
Group D, our group, United States.
Okay, U.S., Turkey. Who are the other two teams?
Paraguay and Australia.
I would say U.S. and Paraguay.
No confidence in Turkey.
Yeah,
But do you think which host country is going to have the is going to have the easier draw? Canada or the United States?
I would say the United States.
With Turkey being in Group D, I'm going to say Canada at this point because they avoided a huge opponent in Italy.
Oh, yeah.
They avoided a huge opponent. If had Italy qualified, chances of Canada making it out of the group would probably been slim, pushing to none. However, I think now that it's a little bit of an easier road for them with Italy being out of the competition. Now that I'm not saying it's going to be easy for them. I'm just saying it's an easier road.
Mm-hmm. And
Needless to
by the
say.
way, I want to give you a little World Cup TV history myself. The first fully World Cup I saw, not including the 1982 World Cup, which was shown on highlight pitches on PBS, was the CBC. Since it was a big deal, since it was Canada's first time in the World Cup. Remember, they were broadcasting that little broadcast center in Mexico City, the CBC crew. They did broadcast all of them. And remember, this is how far we come. Today we saw the full half, all 45 minutes broadcast in one continuous screen. Before that, they had to break for commercial. Can you imagine they break commercial these days? We
There
would have
were breaks
light.
for commercials. Remember that hydration break thing?
Oh yes. Now it's been replaced by the hydration break. The
Yeah,
first Canadian,
they're going to break for commercials this time
yeah,
around.
the first Canadian team in Mexico '86 clunk out, went 0 for 3. No goals. They only have one shot. That's it. The last Canadian team did a lot better. They score a goal, but didn't get out of the group stage. Hopefully, third time is charm, as they say.
Yep. I mean, we shall see. I mean, it'd be nice. It'd be good for them to get into the knockout stage, and that would be an accomplishment for a Canadian side. I mean, who has been clearly one of the top 4 or 5 teams in CONCACAF in the last 10 years. So, and they've gotten some good players in there. I would love to see Alphonse Davies back. I would love to see Alistair Johnston back in the lineup going forward. Both of those players have been succumbed to injury as of late, so you get those guys in there, and you know what? Um, Jesse Marsh. I mean, Jesse Marsh has got a little bit of an easier road, knowing that Italy is not going to be part of this World Cup.
Uh-huh.
So, needless to say, there. Um, let's see here. God dang, we're at 108 right now. We've already done cover about a half hour of stuff here, as far as that goes. Needless to say, I'm going to go back to the USL.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to the USL. I was going to save it for sour, not sorry, but I mean, this falls in the realms of what in the hell are you thinking? Go back to Saturday night at um, Oakland Coliseum. 91st minute of play. Oakland's goaltender, Raphael Spiegel, throws a, they make the save. Obviously, Oakland had 10 men, or, threw the whole kitchen sink at him to try to equalize things. Spiegel runs off the field, throws another ball onto the field.
Huh?
Yeah, to try to disrupt play. As
Usually,
Orange County was about ready to score again, McCabe had to go back and stop the goal. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? What's going on here?
yeah, because usually when you hear ball on the field, it may have been a fan that throw a mini soccer ball or something like that, or annoying that they would have a whistle, which is a definite no-no. But, huh?
Yeah. And like I said, Spiegel just throws the damn ball on the field, and I'm like, it's like, what are you thinking? And he gets a straight red for it.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. You think that should be a straight? Yeah, you think that should be a straight red?
Just confirm you can't do that. There's an official ball on the field.
There's only one ball on the field. He's trying to delay the game.
Oh my God.
I mean, are you kidding me with this one? I get it. I mean, you're going downfield trying to, trying to equalize the score late in the game and all that stuff. And, Oakland, they've been on the hot streak as of late. They won 3 in a row. Best start they've ever had since coming into the USL. A lot of that has to do with Ryan Martin and, what he's done with that club thus far. But, that was just, Raphael Spiegel, I mean, that has got to be one of the dumbest moves in the history. One of the dumbest moves in the history of the game, right there.
Yeah, I agree with you because the fans are instructed don't throw anything on the field. We should relay it to the players. Don't throw anything foreign object on the field, especially a soccer ball that's already dead. Because usually they have a soccer ball every time, let's say, go out of bounds and they want to restart quick play, they have to grab the nearest ball. So, what the hell? It's just.
Yeah, I mean, this is just. I mean, the comedy of this. The comedy of this is just, and the video. I mean, the tweet I got from the video, it's like USL never changed. Lower league soccer never changed. But that has got to be one of the most unprofessional moves I've seen. I mean,
Tell me about it.
yeah, I mean, that is just, hey, it's like get an advantage any way you can. But
Yeah.
trying to stop and play and all that stuff. But, fortunately for Tommy McCabe, sliding in, that saved him from going down 2-0 in that match.
I know.
That was just wild and crazy times.
I know.
Wild
Speaking of wild, crazy times, the one thing I have to mention, because as you probably know, there's no domestic soccer, international break, World Cup, exhibition, U.S. So, brother, they're not ready for prime time, I'm sorry to say.
Lost to Portugal last night by a score of 2-0. I'm not
Yeah.
even going to talk about the 5-2 victory or 5-1 loss on Saturday because that was a bastardized game of soccer right there.
I
11
know.
substitutions allowed for both teams on that one. That was bastardized. Grant you, U.S. played a good first half. They drew against Belgium for the first half. The second 45 minutes, you can just throw that out the kitchen window.
Brother.
And
I
you
know.
can't make that. You cannot make that a let's just say you cannot make that a scapegoat for what they did as far as that goes. Both teams had wholesale substitutions in that one. 10 of them for Belgium, 8 of them for the United States. That was a bastardized friendly right there. That was a glorified exhibition.
Thank God I was not watching the game because we were at the better game. Charlotte.
Well, I mean, our game was more serious than what that was. But
the international break is also to sacking managers. And after almost 30 days, less than a month, Tottenham Hotspur finally pulled the trigger, sacking Marcino Pochettino as the fourth shortest manager.
No, actually, Igor Tudor. Igor Tudor didn't get sacked. That he mutually agreed with the club to leave. And obviously, Tudor has been experiencing some family
Apology.
issues, death of his father being one of them. We've announced our condolences about that. But
Yeah.
Tottenham, this is yeah, this is what's going on with the Spurs right at this point. And they yesterday they hired Roberto De Zerbi as their head coach to a
Okay.
5-year deal.
What? He haven't coached a game yet.
5-year deal. They have 7 games left to survive right now. And they sign him to a 5-year deal. Are they copying the Southsiders? Are they copying Chelsea with Rossendor? Now, grant you, this is incentive based here.
Yeah.
Should they survive and stay above the relegation line, he'll get some type of bonus for that.
Money on the rug. Or money under the table.
Yeah, but he'll get some type of incentive. But yeah, he signed a long-term contract, and his first match will be against Sunderland on the 12th. After the FA Cup is this week, by the way. So
I know.
significant financial package to De Zerbi, which would make him one of the highest paid managers in the Premier League. He is tasked with the short term of saving the club from potential relegation. This is from The Athletic. Club is 17th in the Premier League, just 1 point above the relegation zone, and could have slipped into the bottom three, by the time De Zerbi is the dugout for the trip to the Stadium of the Light, which follows 18th place West Ham United's home game against Wolves. So,
which is already relegated as well.
yeah. But West Ham's 1 point behind Tottenham Hotspur at this point.
Yeah, you're right. Burnley, they're about going down their next game against Brighton. And the other team, Nottingham Forest, who's 2 points ahead of Tottenham, their next opponent, Aston Villa.
So, yeah,
And
pretty much.
Also in the relegation, 35 points. Their next game, Manchester United.
Mm-hmm. So right now, they're taking a gamble right now. And, what's going to happen? I mean, you get them to a 5-year deal. What's going to happen if they do get relegated?
Oh, my God. We never had to deal with this in professional sports because there is no promotion relegation. So,
and especially with a club like Tottenham Hotspur, who has not been relegated in almost 50 years.
Yeah, the last time, which was before the Premiership. So,
yeah, it's. I mean, realistically, this is a
bad deal.
I don't know how do you explain it? A dumpster fire.
Oh,
That's
tell
what
me about it.
Tottenham Hotspur is right now. One big giant dumpster fire floating down the Thames.
One question: which dumpster fire is more worse, Tottenham or Nottingham Forest, which is going through manager number 4 this year?
Marinakis has turned that club into a shithole.
Oh, brother.
I mean, after several years of being out of the Premier League, they come back into the Premier League, and Marinakis just can't leave well enough alone. Same with Tottenham Hotspur. They just can't leave well enough alone. They've lost Kane. They've lost Son. They've lost Gareth Bale. They've lost all kinds of players. Have they brought in players to, shall we say, fill the void?
Oh, my.
I mean, realistically, no, they have not.
Oh, my. And they have only gotten
only
gotten 1 point since the turn of the calendar from 2025 to 2026.
they have not won a game.
No.
They've won one game, a meaningless game in the UEFA Champions League, in which they were already eliminated to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was just a meaningless. That was just a meaningless second leg.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
And they, you know what? They have not had a good coach since Pochettino back in 2019
I know.
when they went to the final.
I know.
And it's just been just poor management and poor decision making
Oh, brother.
that have cost this franchise, or that has cost this club.
Oh, brother.
And De Zerbi, we shall see what happens. All they need is probably a couple wins to stay up. Are they going to
Yeah.
do them?
Yeah, but remember, when you're having bottom of the league relegation battles, a win is the only lifeline. Just 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Yeah, they need at least 6 points to survive.
Yeah.
Couple wins, that'd be good for them. They drop. Leeds is getting by on draws.
Uh-huh.
Nottingham Forest could get by on draws as well.
Uh-huh.
West Ham could take over them and put them in relegation.
That's the other London team.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, it's going to be an interesting month and a half to see what's going to fall out as far as Spurs go. So, ready to do sorry, not sorry?
Yes, I could go first with my sorry, not sorry. Let's roll the intro.
I've got a lot of problems with you people, and you're going to hear about it.
Yes, brother.
Go ahead there, Steve, with your sorry, not sorry.
Well, my sorry, not sorry is a PSA to the fans of Detroit City at Keyworth Stadium. Saturday, we were, enjoying ourselves. We were doing the post-game show until a little birdie decided to get mad, and we have the tape. Guys,
we can speculate. Oh yeah.
We're super happy you came to the stadium.
Yeah.
Remember, next time you come out, please pick up your trash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Yep.
Yeah, please pick up your trash. Come on.
This
This is Keyworth Stadium. We want to keep it clean. And our good, hardworking folks at the Northern Guard.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Picked up right here. Yeah, fans. Why can't you pick up your pizza boxes, wrappers to our many recessibles around Keyworth Stadium, near the entrance, near the lobby, and all that, and you have to thinking that the clamp staff will pick it up? Oh, come on, you know better. I've been a resident of Hamtramck for 42 years. I have been to Keyworth Stadium doing the clock for high school soccer and everything else like that. Sometimes it's clean and sometimes they get, but thanks to the Northern Guard, we put respect picking up our trash in the honor of our Japanese soccer friends who always bring their bags and pick up their trash and get done and, respectful one. But honestly, for the love of good dough, honestly, you want to let the workers pick up what you left behind? Come on, make it a little bit easier. Think about all the workers at Ford Field, at Comerica Park, and Little Caesar Arena, and Michigan State, and all the stadiums. They have to go upstairs in the upper bowl to pick up a lot of trash that is left over. And oh man, they have leftover the year. Empty water bottle, pizza boxes, popcorn tins, and all that. And they have to pick it up. But honestly, we could do better. You're disrespecting the old PSA kooky owl, Woozy the Owl. You know his thing. Don't pollute. Give a hoot. Don't pollute. Come on, you can do better. After you're done, take your cans, return them to the store, or return them because we will return the can to help out the youth soccer programs here at Detroit City. Come on, you can do better than that. Pick up your trash, pick up your shit. Don't let Meg, who we know really well, howl us after during pregame show. Come on, you can do better than that.
Yeah, shout out to Meg. Shout out to Daniel Malloy as well. I talked to him in that clip as well. As you were trying to ramble on and all that, it sounded like a little bit of let it rip. But the point is there. It doesn't take much. You're
No.
done with something, throw it out.
Yeah.
It
I
doesn't really
know.
take much. I mean, you know,
That's
we
something
take we're not owners of Keyword Stadium.
no. And Ted Drickle and I were saying, we're at the Keyword Stadium. We're rooting on our soccer team to win at Keyword Stadium. And then afterwards, let's take our trash and put it up. I know there will be other kids, but they're always full. That's the point. We throw it out afterwards. Taken to to I don't know what they do with trash these days, but honestly, come on.
Yeah, I mean and I hope it doesn't continue at the new stadium, even though it's ours. Like I said, pick up your shit. That's what they
Yeah,
say. Pick up your shit.
sorry we have to swear, but we have to come on, pick up your shit. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Mhm.
it's always say, when we have to pick up the trash bag, and Mike, who we also know really well, they do a lot of work, you know what I mean? And then once they fill up, said, okay, let's put it in the trash, and that's it. You know what I mean? But please, pick up your stuff. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't give a hoot.
Yeah. I mean, they
Don't give a
remind
hoot.
you. They remind you every match. Just honor
Yes.
their wishes. Just honor
Yes.
their wishes. I mean, we're not there. I mean, it saddens me to see that. To be honest, it does sadden me to see that people would leave it like it was opening day or something like that. But
Yeah, we know that. That's coming on Friday as we record this.
and
It's
another call out
as
to
well. It's also
another
the
call
trade as
out,
well. You know what I mean?
another call out. Clean up your stuff when you're done.
I know.
Getting drunk for 4 hours before a ball game.
I know.
But needless to say, all right, I'm gonna call out somebody.
All right.
I'm gonna call out a legend in U.S. soccer.
Okay. Who is that?
And I'm going to echo another legend's sentiment towards this guy. So, last week, Noah Kai Banks, a German national, American national, dual national, you might as well say. He plays for FC Augsburg in the Bundesliga. 19-year-old kid, probably one of the better soccer talents in the United States right now. That plays for the United States or whatever. He's played in the under 20 World Cup and other international competitions as well. Currently playing his ball in Germany, as I mentioned. He got the invite from Mauricio Pochettino of joining the squad for the international break this week. He refused, which is right now he's under the decision whether he would want to play for Germany or the United States, because he has that option where he could do that. He could play for either country.
Does he have dual citizenship?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I meant. Dude, yeah, like I said, he's a dual national.
Okay.
So he could play for the German. He's eligible to play for either the German national team or the U.S. national team. Landon Donovan. Yes, you know the one, the guy who scored the famous goal that Go USA and all that stuff. So he, let's just say, put his country first and was saying about Noah Kai Banks, well, if you don't take the call, and I'm kind of paraphrasing this, if you don't take the call from the coach to play for your national team, then good riddance. You shouldn't be on the national team.
Oh, brother.
This sounds a little bit, shall we say, xenophobic, if you ask me. Very much xenophobic, if you ask me. And I'm on
Uh-huh.
the side of one Eric Ronaldo when it comes to this. Knock that shit
Me?
off. Knock
Yeah.
that shit off. Okay, he's a young kid. He doesn't know what the hell he wants to do at this point. He really doesn't. Whether he's going to play for, whether if he gets the invite from Germany to join them, as far as that goes. I mean, right now, yes, we're in an international break right now, but he got the invite. He politely refused. It's up to him. In the long run, it's up to Banks to decide which country he's going to represent, and if he's going to be, who knows? He may not get the playing time with the U.S. national team. He may be so far down the depth chart that Pochettino might not be able to use him. There's a possibility of that there. So, and it's not because of the fact that he is, has interest in playing in Germany. It's just the fact that, there's a lot of older, experienced players on this U.S. national team that could be in first spot. I'm not denying the fact that doesn't have great talent. He's an absolute wonder kid as far as talent goes. He's a good defender, and it would help that back line, tremendously. But there's other players on the team that could. I mean, who knows what Carter Vickers' status is going to be going forward? I'm sure he would have been a great replacement for him had he joined. But right now, he's got to make this decision on his own, and and to have people like Landon Donovan call him out for doing that. Well, if you get the call from the head coach of the U.S. national team, you should be you need to be on this team, and if you don't join, then get out. It kind of sounds like if you don't love this country, then you can get the hell out. That is so freaking xenophobic. I'm beside myself as far as that goes. I'm very much beside myself. It's like you're better than that, Landon. You're better than that. You won a goal you got us into the knockout rounds with a legendary goal. And you're considered one of the, like I said, you're considered one of the faces of U.S. soccer. Right up there with the Winaldas and the Tim Howards and the Charlie Davises and, dare I say it, Lexi Lawlesses of the world.
Yeah.
Tony Meola's. You're up there. You're a pundit and all that stuff. But this. I'm not saying it's MAGA or America First. Yeah, but it's kind of borderline America First stuff. And that's the xenophobia. The xenophobia has to stop. Let Noah Kai Banks make his decision on his own. Whether he wants to join the U.S. national team, for this run of the World Cup. I mean, there's going to be plenty of opportunities for it. Plenty of opportunities. Don't shut him out because he can't make a decision right away. That's all I'm saying. And he should be, and like I said, Banks should be definitely thankful that he's eligible to play for 2 national teams and get the opportunity to play in the World Cup should he choose.
I will agree with you because this is not like a 15-year-old veteran. This is a young kid. He would play for his home country or play for his country. And Eric Wynalda, I must say, when Eric Wynalda hears a story like this, he will not take any crap for it. Literally.
No.
That's the reason why we all love him. You know what I mean? Because he thinks outside his box. And to say, if you're not good enough, you want to play for the art team, which you have dual citizenship for, it's just like, come on. He's better than that.
And Landon Donovan needs to do better himself. He can't be so xenophobic as far as that goes. He can't be rah waving the flag.
I know.
Stuff,
yeah.
And damning this kid for not making a decision.
And Qatar are not even favored to win the World Cup, for God's sake. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah, Germany's not one of the top. Germany's not one of the top clubs right now as far as that goes.
You're right. If he wants
the U.S. for that matter.
If he want to get an opportunity to get his feet wet, play for, was it Egypt or Germany? Germany. If he want to play for Germany, let him give him an opportunity as a rookie. You know what I mean? But if he want to play for the U.S.,
and we've seen the U.S. system burn some kids out.
Yeah.
Some young
Tell
kids.
Me about
One, we like this. one we like to say is the corpse of Juan Agudelo. We've always liked to say that, and
I
he's
know.
since retired from the game.
I know.
We remember he was like the boogeyman a couple years ago when he played for Birmingham Legion.
Yeah, I remember.
Now I
I
call
know.
it, and he didn't do crap against us. I call him the corpse of Juan Agudelo. Another one being Freddie Adu.
Oh yes, I remember Freddie Muro. One of the most, I will say this right now, one of the most tragic cases. He was signed at about, was it 14, 15 for DC United, and he was burnt out, and he'd been jumping to about 20 teams in almost 25 years,
And
literally.
maybe I can see that as well because if you're touted as a generational athlete, shout out Neil Rule, he likes using that about Bryce Underwood. But no, if you're touted as a generational athlete and you're getting the exposure, and sometimes you get overexposed, and it detriments your game a little bit. So
You're right, and don't forget the whole commercial active soccer with the endorsements and all that, It just
I mean, put it this way. I mean, regardless of what people think or not, we put a lot of pressure on our young soccer players.
You're
We do.
right. And by the way, it's changing with mental health coming into mind. You know what I mean? Don't forget their mental health. You know what I mean? You
Hmm.
don't want to burn them out quickly, and they all of a sudden they're playing pickup soccer at a schoolyard
Yeah, or playing in USL League Two,
or the
or
PDL
even
on the
or
Western.
even League for Clubs, or one of the lesser known leagues.
I know.
Yeah, and like
I
you said, pickup soccer on Sunday soccer. Yeah, Sunday pickup soccer, playing in the Sunday league.
know. I know.
So
Which brings me one more question. I don't know why legends like David and I'll say his name, Alexi Lalas, why do they have to mention some of the most unpopular takes? You know what I mean?
that's what they're paid to do. We're not
Right.
paid to do it, but we like to share what we feel as well. So.
I know. I know.
Needless to say. All right, we're back on Saturday, of course. Detroit City SC taking on Rhode Island FC. Look for Soccer Night in Detroit material prior to the match and after hours following the match. 4 o'clock game, by the way.
Maxi Rodriguez play. He was slightly pulled up by hammy last Saturday. Let's hope because he's going to be back where he was last year, Rhode Island, and try
Could
to
be,
get that goal scoring title closer. Who knew?
yeah. Game can be seen on ESPN Plus around nationally and locally, as you know. And like I said, we will have a preview of it, of course, on Saturday from from I don't know, probably from the same Zoom, and I will not be named. I will change my name back to my normal icon.
And we're going to have soccer breakdown afterwards around the sea.
All that fun stuff. So,
All that.
all right, for Steve out in Hamtramck.
Just be careful and be good to everybody. And please pick up your trash after home games. Please do that for me, please. Joe Mag, for Dave, Mike, for everybody.
Give a hoot, don't pollute, and
Thank you.
keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the galaxy, and most of all, be good.